Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion. Host the Hut. Welcome back to the Baseball Hut 2. And hopefully you like this video and hit that subscribe button. So it was a big day with the athletics. It used to be, the Philadelphia, Kansas City, here we come, Oakland, Las Vegas, don't mention Sacramento athletics. They've broken up with more people than Taylor Swift. Over the last many years, over 120 years of history. This is the history of the A's, of the athletics. They stay in a place for a few years and then they move on. It's the weirdest history of any franchise in Major League Baseball. And it's sort of been forgotten about. But with the athletics, they started in Philadelphia. They started in 1901 like all the rest of the teams in the American League. Like the Red Sox, the Yankees, used to be the Highlanders, and a few others, the Tigers. And but they've moved on, and they were in Philadelphia from 1901 to 1953, I believe, and then from 1953 to 1965 they were in Kansas City. And that's where they built a lot of their team. Those great teams in the late 60s, early 70s with Reggie Jackson, Rick Monday. They drafted Rick Monday, of course, Raleigh Fingers, and a whole bunch of other guys, Catfish Hunter. And then they moved to Oakland. And they were great in Oakland for many years. And then they've sort of been going back and forth. Now this year, in the next 2 years, I believe, they're going to be playing in Sacramento. And then they're going to move to Las Vegas. And I got the second part of this video. We talk about how they broke ground in Las Vegas. But they're burning bridges again. And the owner, John Fisher, who owns the team now. And here's the thing about the A's. They've had a very colorful ownership group over the 120 years of their history. They had Connie Mack, who's the one that has the most wins and managed the most games in baseball history. And then they had Charlie Finley, who was there in the 70s and wanted to, had the orange baseballs, all this weird stuff. And of course, now they have an owner called John Fisher. He's an asshole. A lot of asshole owners in baseball. He's one of them. He's one. The guy in Pittsburgh is pretty bad. Now we have here. Now he's burning bridges in Sacramento. Now, I would mention about Oakland. Oakland is a shithole. The neighborhood where the stadium is a piece of shit. Yeah, it's outdated. It was retrofitted for football with the Raiders there. But the town is a mess. And they don't have now a professional sports team. There's no basketball there. There's no football there now. There's no baseball. But that's their own fault because they let the city fall apart. This is from sfgate.com. Quote, the owner's a piece of shit. The A's refusal to embrace Sacramento is backfiring. John Fisher's A's might end up scorning 2 California cities before the Las Vegas move. From West Sacramento, the first thing the Athletics did to mark their move to Sacramento was erase the city. Now we know they don't want to be called the Sacramento A's. They want to be called the A's. Just 10 days into last offseason, the ball club's public relations department released brand transition guidelines. The temporary layover in Sacramento, referring to the team name, use only the Athletics. The release read, "You may use A's on second reference. ADH is the approved designation for the Athletics." They were no longer the Oakland Athletics, but they also wouldn't become the Sacramento A's. And months later, it might be affecting attendance at games these Major League squatters play in the... they're a homeless team, basically. They're the nomads of Major League Baseball. Quote, what the A's haven't done is give people a reason to come to the games. Leon Hunt, a Rockland resident, told SF Gate during the A's June 4th game against the Minnesota Twins. Let's start with the Sacramento thing. They didn't embrace Sacramento, so there's a lot of people out there, I think, that are saying, hey, if you're going to embrace me, why should I embrace you? Well, that's true. They really have not done that. And it's a beautiful little park. It is a beautiful park there that they play in. The A's are scheduled for a 3-year stay at minimum in town after ditching their East Bay home in a move that devastated any baseball fan with a heart. I wouldn't go that far. The organization told the New York Times in March that going by just a team nickname was the most respectful option. While fans and Pundits alike can debate the validity of that sentiment. There's no debating that this rejection has downstream consequences. Rebecca Edgar, a season ticket holder from Carmichael, a Sacramento suburb, told SF Gate at the June 4th game that there are still people who don't know about the A's moving to Sacramento, and it has to be to inform them that we're in town for the next 3 to 4 years. The dismal attendance numbers indicate she's probably not the only one who's had to do some guerrilla marketing on behalf of the team. But that's weird that they didn't market themselves in the town. Considering there's a noticeable lack of Sacramento pride in and around the ballpark, perhaps it's not residents' fault they're unaware. Not only is the city not present in the team name, but it's also hardly present in the stadium, with the only noticeable mention of Sacramento being on top of the home dugout. For a while, that was the only reference to the state capital at all. Beyond an occasional flash of the Sacramento-themed sleep patch, the Tower Bridge, and A's calls between innings on the big screen. That patch is on one sleeve of the A's jerseys, and a Vegas patch is on the other. That same image is also on the outfield wall, and yet another reminder to Sacramentans that the A's have their hearts and minds set elsewhere. Well, yeah. And we're going to talk about that right here. Now, it's funny I should mention Las Vegas. Now we're going to talk about Las Vegas because there was big news on Monday. They broke ground for this new ballpark they're going to have there. It's from Fox 5 Vegas. Easy for me to say. Athletic Stadium groundbreaking moves Las Vegas closer to MLB debut. The groundbreaking is set for Monday on a baseball stadium that will forever alter the skyline of the Las Vegas Strip. The arrival of Las Vegas, very tongue twisted, I don't know why. The arrival of Las Vegas' newest professional sports franchise is quickly becoming a reality, with major construction soon to be underway in the resort corridor. It's going to be right on the Strip. The groundbreaking will become the latest development in a years-long process that will see the former Oakland Athletics find a new home in Las Vegas. At some point, about 50 years, they're going to be leaving Las Vegas, go somewhere else. And then the Las Vegas people will be all pissed off. Oh my God. Just like the people in Oakland. Expected to open for the 2028 season, the new ballpark, located on the world-famous Las Vegas Strip, will occupy the former footprint of the Tropicana Las Vegas Resort. Pretty famous place. Earning its place as the third oldest casino on the Strip, the Tropicana, a classic resort that has stood for more than 67 years, closed its doors in April. The resort, with its rich history and iconic status, was imploded, boom, on October 9th to make way for the new $1.5 billion baseball stadium will become home to the newly dubbed Las Vegas Athletics Baseball Club. In June 2023, the Nevada legislature, and I've been covering the A's for 2 years, so, from their bad season, where they were the worst team in baseball 2 years to now, I've been following them. So if you're A's fans, if you're ever out there, follow me here because you'll get everything that's going on. We'll cover eventually, hopefully, the ballpark opening up. The Nevada legislature approved the new stadium with $380 million in public funding promised, signaling the end of the athletics franchise's struggles to find a new home in Northern California. As locations like Fremont, San Jose, and even waterfront Oakland ballpark had all failed to gain traction. It didn't seem to also, I would mention, it didn't seem like Oakland or even California had the stomach to change the ballpark for them. They didn't really want to. And they're not the most popular team in the Bay Area anyway. Obviously the Giants are the team there. Las Vegas, in March of 24, Las Vegas locals got their first glimpse of what the newest addition to the Las Vegas Strip would look like, as renderings of the stadium tiered design and fixed roof were unveiled. The ballpark, which is said to hold 32,000 people, features upper and lower seat bowls and views of the Strip. Design is said to limit direct sunlight in an effort to avoid heat and make Las Vegas a comfortable place to play ball. That's going to be a concern, but that will not be a problem, believe me. They do a great job there. Since breaking with Oakland, the Athletics opened MLB play at Suter Health Park in West Sacramento, home to the AAA affiliate of the San Francisco Giants, the Sacramento Rivercats. The ballpark has a capacity for 14,000 fans, an agreement to be the temporary home to the A's to the 27th season. For his part, in February, MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred said he expects the new Las Vegas ballpark to meet its timing expectations and open its doors for the A's home opener in 2028. So that's it. But I will keep you up to date on this because this interests me. I don't know if it interests anybody else, but this always has interested me because baseball history and the iconic sort of athletics of when they were in Philadelphia with Connie Mack. And here's the thing about what happened in Philadelphia. There were decades where the A's were terrible. Much worse than what the A's were in Oakland. Much worse. Because in Philadelphia, all this stuff was going on. They were winning championships, and then Connie Mack would get rid of everybody, and then he would be bad for 20 years, and then he'd get good and then win, and then he'd get rid of everybody again. And he didn't care because he owned the team and he managed the team. He wasn't going to fire himself. And then in '53, he sold the team, and then they left Philadelphia. So let me know what you think about this video, and of course, please subscribe to Baseball Head 2, and I'll see you later.